What will you do if I come into your house, do all sorts of things to your parents to the point that they are unalived, and later on you find out that I'm selling their remains to the highest bidder? Will you be angry or will you say that it's just normal? Of course, you are going to say that it's a total disrespect and it's not normal, which will obviously make you angry. So imagine that we Africans, we find out that an auction house in Belgium is trying to sell three African skulls. These skulls are from the colonial era, and it seems that putting them through this stress wasn't enough. And even in death, they're still trying to make money out of these people. And it's really upsetting to see that people are not talking about this enough. But before we get into this video, I would really love it if you would subscribe to this channel. It really helps us a lot to reach the wider audience. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video. So what am I talking about? I came across this article a couple days ago, and when I saw the title, I was like, wow, this can be real. No one in their right senses would try to sell these human skulls to the highest bidder. And it begs the question that they treat Africa as this backwater continent, yet they are always in Africa trying to find the next good resources that they need. And the resources range from gold, diamond, oil, and humans. And when I say human, I'm not only talking about those living. I'm talking about the dead ones. Something like ancient Egypt. They go there, dig up the grave, take up the bones, and they show it to the rest of the world. Like it's an exhibition in total disrespect and disregard to the person lying there. I thought it was only in Egypt that this thing happened, but now it's clear that it's a whole of Africa. They need African resources, they need the human labor, and third, they need to dig up Africans to make more money out of it. Does that seem fair? I'm asking you, does that seem fair? I know that there's a lot of things that happened during the colonial era. They disregarded our history, they disregarded our culture, and they disregarded everything that had to do with the African. And with all the pain they put our ancestors through, they are still trying to make money out of them. It's like they don't want them to rest in peace. But what really pisses me off is the fact, no, let me ask you this. How much do you think they were going to sell these skulls? How much? I want you to guess. These skulls were not going to be sold in the millions or not even in the hundreds of thousands. But, wait for it, they were going to sell it for 1,000 euros. Yeah, you heard me right. 1,000 euros. And if this doesn't tell you the total disrespect and disregard that these people have for our ancestors, then I don't know what to say again. This is the time that African leaders really, and I mean really, need to stand for our culture, our people, our ancestors, and our history. But where are they? They are nowhere to be found. And the media too, they are not even reporting on this thing. The media has went silent on this particular topic. It's like they don't care. But let's say something happens in the Western country. You will see all the African news channels talking about it in great detail. But this thing concerns Africa and Africans. But they are silent. Which begs the question, is Africa really for Africans? Or Africa is just a place where some other people come, plunder, make money, and leave, leaving the African people poor and poorer? Well, I don't even know the answer to that question. Eventually, this auction house said that they are not going to sell these human skulls after receiving numerous backlash. But we all know that if they didn't receive this backlash, they would have still went on to sell these human skulls to the highest bidder. So it's obvious that we need stricter laws to stop and punish those people who continue such evil practices. And on a final note, this auction house has finally decided to return the skulls back to the Congo, which I think in itself is good, but is it enough? I can tell you that this is not happening only in Belgium. There are closed-door auctions going on in other museums that we know nothing about. We only know about this because some people found out and leaked this to the public. And I will always say, a united front is strong, a divided front is weak. This is the time that Africans need to start speaking with one voice. one voice and one voice only, to tell the rest of the world that Africans are not a commodity to be used. Of course, during the colonial era, they had the power over us, but we are no longer in a colonial era. We live in an era where Africans need to make our voices heard, not only on the African continent, but on the international stage. So let me ask you this. Does this make you angry, or do you think this is okay? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel for more amazing content. Thank you for watching this video to the end, and see you in the next video.